with Liz Gale. Messy, fun, raw, real. Let's get into it.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Confessions of an Ex-Scientologist with me, Liz Gale, third generation, born in, messy, friendly. And here we go. Today, I am with two very lovely, lovely people. And I would say that they are also a little bit messy sometimes, very real, very authentic. And I'm proud to call them both my friends. First, we have Elysia, known as Degraded Daughter. Hello, hello.
Hello, good morning, lovelies.
And we have Miss Nora. Hi, Nora.
Ooh,
Oh,
girl,
what
don't get
is
violent with your
it?
microphone. You just got it.
And he's at
It's
the
a party. It's a party over here this
Hi,
morning.
Theo.
He knows. He knows it's a party. He knows. He's been letting us know. He's been pre-gaming it. That's what it was. He was
Yeah, that's
pre-gaming
all
it.
good.
Actually, he's been really annoying me this morning. Let's be real, ladies. He's on my last nerve. We're going to ignore him. He doesn't exist. Girls only. This is girls
Dogs
only.
only.
Allowed. No boys allowed. So, Miss Nora's here, and I feel like you were here also last week.
Yeah.
So everybody knows you. But if you don't know Nora, go to her channel at, what is it? The Raging Buddha.
The Raging Buddha, or you can find me at Nora Knows. But I haven't been putting out much content on Nora Knows. I've been very focused. Right now, but that's okay. Laser focused.
Yep.
Okay, fair. It's good. You conquering the ADHD. At least you're not scatterbrained like me.
Trying. Yeah.
And Miss Elysia, Degraded Daughter is your channel, correct?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Tell us, maybe people don't know who you are. So we want to tell us who you are a little bit.
I'm going to have my coffee.
Sure. I don't know. Human, I guess.
She is
most
human.
of the time. Human. True. I do have some funny stuff in my finger right now. Like they did a bone graft. So maybe I have some other. No, it's not some.
She's a bionic woman.
I did ask.
Well, tell me about your channel. Tell me about like your what is a Degraded Daughter? How about that? What are we doing here?
I'm a degraded daughter because I was born to Scientologists. And per their thoughts, beliefs, whatever, principles, I am degraded because I don't agree with their principles and beliefs and religion, if you can call it that. So therefore, I am a degraded daughter. So
gotcha.
Hence the name and what I can call myself every now and again, you know?
I love that everybody's checking in, acknowledging they are human and not a bot.
I like that. There's a lot of bots out in the town.
It's very refreshing. It's just funny to me that people, anytime someone gets watched that isn't, certain people, everyone's a bot, which is real dumb.
Bots be botting out there? Is that what we're saying?
Yeah, I thought you were a clone. I thought the opposite was going to be clone.
Who's a clone, Elysia or me?
Now I'm suspicious of you because you brought yourself into question, Nora, but I was talking about her.
Who told you about clones?
We can go along with it. Like, I'm okay with a wild story. I've been making up stories. It's fun.
Like, can you imagine if I was cloned and there was more of me?
We don't need
the internet and Reddit would lose their mind.
I think they might implode. Maybe even implosion. Like,
right, exactly.
Like, people might be like, "How do we do? What
would I do with my wife? Would she just get to pick between the clones?"
Yeah, because like if you have a
and then we'd all be like, "I'm the original," yeah.
Well, that's the movie. What's it called? Duplicity.
Yeah,
that's
a crazy one.
That was problematic.
Mm-hmm.
That was
okay. That was the whole movie was a problem. There were
it really was
too many clones, guys.
Too many clones in the kitchen, guys.
For real.
So you were raised in Scientology, Elysia.
Yes.
When did you get out of Scientology? How much of your life did you spend in it?
I don't consider myself a Scientologist ever.
Okay.
Ever.
Shocking news.
I know. Well, I was never really in it. Like my parents were public. So I did go to like a boarding school. I had a whole little stint in Mojave. It was like the best and worst of times,
Yeah, you went to the shithole, man.
I went to the shithole when it was in California.
Yeah, no, that shit was bad.
Yeah. Were you
So
ever
you're
there?
saying that you didn't want to be a Scientologist, but you were sent to the Mojave Ranch School, which is like a punishment labor camp for teenagers and preteens who aren't willing to conform to Scientology, to basically make you do a bunch of manual labor.
Kids, essentially. I feel like it's maybe not as bad as like the other ones. What was the other ranch? Like
Mace Kingsley?
No, that one sucks too. But the other one, geez, Louise, it's gonna the cadet ones, like they were all.
Oh,
a lot more intense to me personally. And I was only there for like I don't know 8 or 9 months. Which
that's a long time, Elysia. That's not nothing.
I know it seemed like forever when I was there because you're there for 10 days and then you have 4 days off, meaning you can go home and you'll be bused back to LA area if you live local. But for kids that like their parents were like, I don't know, higher ups or in, Sea Org and couldn't be a parent, they just lived there like for years. And I do mean years. Like two people that I went to school with like refound me recently and I was like, holy fuck, this is amazing. So we're chatting and I was like, how long were you even there? Because like, I don't know. That one person was there for like 4 years. 4 fucking years. And I was like, dude, I almost cried. I was like, I'm so sorry. Like I went there when I was 14, 15, I think it was. And it was like horrible. I mean,
were you being promiscuous?
Ooh, I was very promiscuous. No,
but in Scientology, guys, that means that like,
I talked to a boy. And by the way,
she thought about kissing a boy with her tongue. Yeah.
I actually did date a guy just to get kicked out.
There you go.
Sorry. But it didn't work. I should have dated a girl. And then they would have freaked the fuck out.
But you would have been booted so fast.
I would have. And I didn't think about that until my later years. I was like, why was I not up on my fucking game, bro? Like, if I was going to do this, I should have done it. And I should have been like balls to the wall, like in we had this nasty little white van that we would have to go from one because there's multiple places. There's the shitty place where you start, which they called it the farm. Because we're animals, I guess. So we would go from there to the main house where we would eat and do exercise. I don't know. So we would have to drive over to the other facility, right? I say facility because I don't know what else to call it. But if I was smart, I would have just like but there was no girls. I was the only girl at my portion where I was at. I was the only female.
So were you sent there for talking to a boy? Is that the reason?
No. Okay. There was like in my small little quiet town, there was a schmurder. That happened. And the kids were like a grade above me. So like I kind of sort of knew of them. And so I guess that freaked out my parents that like we were in public school and like I was a wild kid as I'm a wild adult. So I'm thinking probably my parents were thinking maybe she's out doing the drugs and doing the things and I don't know. So that was evidently the reason why I was sent over there.
They pulled a Fresh Prince of Bel-Air but sent you to a labor camp.
Were you kidnapped in the night?
Yeah, in the morning.
In the morning.
In the morning.
So I just want to make sure I understand this right. So
trigger warning, everyone.
Everybody, I just want to make sure I understand this right. So you're 14, 15, you're not considering yourself a Scientologist, you're not into it. A crime happens in your town that freaks your parents out. They decide to send you somewhere like insulated, all Scientology to help you, or whatever the heck that means. Send you to the Mojave Desert. Where you're the only girl and you're there for almost a year out of your life at this high, like this is one of you guys, one of the
prime
most
time teen years
schools.
Yep. I missed 8th grade. I never went to 8th grade. So I missed the whole year of 8th grade. So
wow. So I get why you because earlier I said, oh, just some ex-Scientologist chatting. And she was like, I'm not an ex-Scientologist. I was never a Scientologist. That's not me.
Good for you.
Good for you.
I don't know as much. Does that make sense? Like, I also don't know as much as people that actually read it, studied it, and like lived it, did Sea Org stuff. Like, I know that. So for me, doing this was like really cathartic in a weird way because like, fuck all this shit. But also it helped me to understand the weirdness of why things happened. So even though it's not good, and it just, for me, it was like my mom passed away, and that was my reason for being kind of sort of quiet. Not that I was ever quiet, but I wasn't super public about my distaste for Scientology, if you will. So once she passed, I was like, fuck this shit, I'm burning it to the ground. quite literally. And I was like,
right.
So I spoke out. So yeah.
Whoa, this got big, guys. I'm not sure
really
how to
big.
change that, but do you still have your
yes.
YouTube channel?
It's still out there. I don't
active.
like go on it, but it's still there. I didn't I didn't change it or take anything down, I don't think. Well, it's not monetized, it's not anything like that, but it is still there.
Okay, so your channel has interviews. I went on your channel talking about my book. Has
we your book, yes, the book club, yes.
Yep, Scientology, but it's not news and stuff about Scientology.
No.
Okay. No. It's like personal stories.
Right, and then just chatting with others and
If anybody has it in the chat and they can put it in, that'd be super helpful. Maybe somebody already did.
But there's nothing new. Like, don't think I'm on there daily. I'm not on there at all. At all.
It's in the chat. I'm not going to put it up because I don't know how to make it smaller, and I'll cover your face.
Yes,
it's there. It's in the chat.
Posterity.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, it's like I know people are like, oh, it probably looks wild to get out there in this world, but it's like people have trauma. People are flawed. People are fucked.
Right.
People have issues with each other. People have issues with things we say, we do. It's just like the real world, but it's so much smaller. And we have the same traumas. And so sometimes we just traumatize each other on accidentally, sometimes we just.
I feel that never happens. What are you talking about? What are you insinuating? I feel attacked.
You know what? You're right. I haven't been here. So what am I talking about? And I am still way behind on everything, but I'm
girl.
I know.
You're as caught up.
You know what you didn't miss? You didn't miss a lot of drama. Let's put it that way. But what if you're so out of the loop, I mean, here's everything in a nutshell. Scott's about to go to jail. Tony didn't go to jail. He went to the Lulu bin because he went. He 5150'd himself, and then he spent a couple months, and then he looked a little bit better. And I hope that he stays better. That's my hope for him.
I just hope I can get my towels at some point because
no. There's a new person making cum towels. That's part of the breaking news. Is one of the Nazis that Marilyn and Susie support.
Girls, you need to slow the F down.
I'm just giving
you
are dropping
cum towel without any context, ladies. This is too much, too fast.
I'm just talking to Elysia for a second.
Too early for this, is it?
I'm just talking to Elysia
for me, it's not.
So this guy, the Goot Juice, Goot Juice, something. Anyway, he's going to make one of me. I feel very honored. I'm very special.
Can I get one of you too? I feel like we should frame
if they're real, I will buy one and send it to everybody. Then Aaron's got 2 charges, and Liz's husband is also suing him for the slanders. But the chalk incident, and then the foot incident, which is it's going to coming later. Yeah, the door thing. Okay. So Aaron's the breaking news that happened yesterday is that Aaron wants to travel. So he's like, Mother, may I leave the state of Florida? Because he said in the request, this is the dumbest thing in the world. I'm required to go to California to look at these documents. Bitch, you're not required. You're not part of the fucking legal team. Shut the fuck up. Also, he said he's been asked to participate in a documentary about Danny Masterson. Can I just say to the producers of this documentary, whoever you are, Alex Gibney, if it's you, if you're listening, why the fuck do you want a self-confessed domestic abuser of multiple women to
Easy, Tiger.
Oh no!
That wasn't me. Wasn't me.
No! Where did she go?
Me.
What did this do?
I didn't do
what? You see what I mean? Like, you're not there for 5 seconds, and I swear to you, there's so much that happens. What?
I didn't pull the plug.
What? I didn't. No, I have no control.
Though I don't want. No, we can't hear you. Though I don't really want to talk about Aaron.
Oh my gosh.
Personally.
So I guess it's going swell in the neighborhood. Is what I'm hearing.
It's all good. I can't hear you.
The ghost in the trying to disconnect me.
I was like, whoa.
Wasn't me.
Nora.
Can you please tell everybody, Nora, that I didn't
that wasn't
cut
you.
you off?
I'm like, all of a sudden I'm talking, and I have a big screen here. Oh, sorry. And I have my laptop over to my left. And all of a sudden it's like USB disconnected, and my whole monitor here turned off, and then it went to my computer where the laptop was closed. So it was like, no soup for you.
It came from Xenu's fucking volcano. He just came out with his minions and just wanted to fuck up your shit. That's what I think that is. That's what I'm thinking. Xenu came to play.
Xenu came to get my shit.
He said, I heard you were talking about bots and humans and That's
for
my
real,
stuff.
yo.
Mark
That's
Bunker
up my
is
way.
running for city council again.
Mark
Awesome.
Bunker's running for city council. We can't.
Yeah.
I think we can, but we can't unless you live in Florida. We can't send to his campaign fund because it's very strict. But he does have Venmo and Cash App, and so if you want to like help him in his campaign and you don't live in Florida or in Clearwater in particular, then you can send him those things and just like leave a little note on the Venmo, like, you know, for your city council run. I would love to see Mark Bunker back on there, you know, because it is totally, that city council is totally infiltrated by Scientology. It's gross.
Yeah.
You know.
What other news is there? I'm trying to think if there's other news. I mean, people have been very active. They've been calling in.
Cheryl and Eric are moving in together in Clearwater. I mean, like.
Oh, yes, right. They're dating. Okay.
Snaps.
Snaps.
Liz is biting all of her lips.
By the way, I'm neutral with everybody. Just FYI.
No, I'm trying to think if
the
there's
news.
anything else.
I guess it's the
well, I mean, there's news out of England. I mean, if you didn't see the interviews with Amir, I did one. Alex has several. This is amazing.
I did see him popping up in a few different things.
That kid is amazing. I'm so proud of him.
He seems so chill and so calm and so nice.
I mean, I asked him because he's so young. I was like,
yeah.
You were like 19 when you got into this. How did you not Google
Scientology?
I mean, you grew up with a laptop, and he was like, I'm a stupid man. And I just started laughing. He's like, I do stupid things, you know? And then I learned from it.
There's also people that'll say, I've heard it's bad, and I want to go in to see if it's bad. I've heard people say that, and I'm like, what's wrong with you?
Right?
Like, and I'm also just like, and I also just am like, I don't really want to hear. Like, it's just.
That's like watching Friday the 13th and then being like, Jason Voorhees, I can change him.
They can. Well, if he just does all the schmurders for
I can.
It'll be fine. As long as it's not me on the list, it's fine. It's good.
Like, I'm totally into deranged lunatics.
He'd never kill me.
I will say, for every serial killer in jail, they have so many women writing them and sending them money.
Isn't that nuts?
It is an insane little. Hey, listen, I am so proud. I never had a prison boyfriend. I had friends that had prison boyfriends in high school. And I did not. I mean, here's the deal. I'm happy about this, guys. I mean, maybe I should have lived a little bit.
No, I mean, but I believe in, like the prison system to like reform people. Like, I think that's what it was supposed to do. That's the intention, is that people go, they get their societal timeout, they learn their lesson, and then they're supposed to come back as a productive member of society, right? But what I don't get is like this like sex appeal of the ultimate bad boy. Like, he's in jail. Like, I mean, I get it. Like, somebody's out of jail, they're working, and then they're like, hey, I have to tell you before we go further in this relationship, like I was in jail. And then you're like, oh, wow, you're so different. Okay, that's fine. You know, but like,
don't you think it's also about the woman's position where like she's in the free world?
She's kind of his lifeline, if you will.
Yeah.
She's a sugar mama.
Yeah. She
want money for your books
for him. And
also he literally can't cheat, really. I mean, I guess he could, but hypothetically.
Can I just say something?
Yeah, he's getting a dozen letters in the mail from a dozen bitches.
A lot of guys are.
I know.
Yeah, I know. That's why I said depends on what you consider cheating. But yeah,
I mean, I personally, for me, I consider cheating like sex and like, you know, and emotional cheating. I mean, I would say there's different.
If your wife got locked up and she was writing long ass letters to somebody and they were writing letters back, you would think that was cheating.
I would show up at the jail. I would show up at that woman's house. Hello.
Yeah. Hand deliver.
Is this from you? Let's talk. Let's take it out.
Handwriting analysis says.
You cheating son of a.
Yeah, you switched to your left hand. What were you doing with your right hand when you were writing that letter?
Ew!
Oh my God!
Well, and I do want to bring it back around to the ew, to the
ew,
because we kind of passed over some important lore of our day. Yes. We all have been out in the Scientology world for quite a while, and you guys are just throwing around words like, again, cover your ears, everybody, if you're sensitive. Cum towels. I feel like we need to explain the context there. You want to do it justice?
A super fan. Elysia and I had a super fan who actually made they were for sale for a little bit because we have the screenshots of the actual shop.
We do, but no one got them. No one got them. I've been looking around.
Yeah. But there was a shop. The shop got reported several times. He had to use like 3 different shops. And he made cum towels with our faces on it. And yeah, it was part of 2023. Guys, I've been, you guys know my story. I've been, very direct about the effects of that and other things on me. Now I don't care. Now I'm, I'm well medicated, and
I have an idea, and I
never thought such a nutty thing would happen, so I kind of love it. Like, it's weird.
Elysia wants one. I just feel like I need to get you some. No,
I don't want one. I want like a fucking
you
dozen.
Can make towels.
Can you imagine when you're like 80, 90, having someone
I'll just make it for Elysia,
and you can just give them like a hand towel, and they'd be like.
If she's reclaiming
back
degraded
in my day, oh honey, just start with all the stories because older people are wild and they don't give a shit. Like,
you gotta wait till your Nana gets real old, then she'll tell you the real spice. She'll tell you.
That's what I'm saying. We're gonna be those old ladies sometime, and I want to prepare for this.
I've already discussed this with the kids. They already know that because my wife is gonna be Nana and I'm gonna be Yaya, and they're gonna be like, listen, whatever Yaya says. You need to just nod and say, okay. And then you come tell us and we will help you recover.
We'll be like, baby,
she's going to be,
it's okay.
I was like, just put me on something where I'm just happy. I don't give a shit. I just want to be old and happy.
Yes. Yeah. Right.
I was like, just make sure I'm in a nice place where they'll change my diapers when I need it. I want to be old and happy. I want to wear comfy velour sweatpants.
That has juicy on the ass.
Fuck yeah.
If it doesn't say juicy on the ass, Nora, I will walk down there with my fucking rocker and my cane and I'll beat you in your kneecaps, okay? Yeah,
I love it. I just want to be the happy Nana that's like talking to everybody on the street. Hey,
how's your day? Are you going out to go
put me out on the porch? What are you doing over there? What you got? You gonna share that with me? Come bring me some sugar. Come give Yaya some sugar.
I know. I feel like I'm already.
He went in the creepy zone with that pretty quick.
Now the kids are all about consent. I mean, when we were kids, it was like, go hug your grandma, go give your grandpa a kiss.
That's true.
We're all like kissing them on the lips, like,
okay. Sit on his lap. Sit on
Go sit on your uncle's lap. You're like, do I have
He's
to?
not even really my uncle though.
I don't like him. Yeah. Now my kids are like, I don't feel like talking to you. You're not validating my feelings about life. And I'm like, I'm going to validate something in a second.
Isn't it hard to be kind of nice-ish and more gentle as a parent? So we were nice.
Very hard.
I've had some conversations and I'm kind of, weighing both sides here. Okay. So we tried to do better than our parents did. We tried to not do the same little fuckery. And sometimes I'm like, man, I want to beat the shit out of all of you. And I'll just tell my kids that because they're 16 and 17. And I'll say, you're making me want to get violent with you, kid.
Don't make me go to jail.
And they just, but they don't care because they know I'm not going to. Does that make sense?
Culturally, let me ask you a question because your husband is the black.
Yes.
Okay. So your kids are black. You have black children. Now his mom. Does she put up with their nonsense? Like, because culturally, my black friends, I learned very quickly.
Yeah, they're
my black friend's house how to act right.
That. Yeah.
I got told
much stricter.
I got poop because I spoke out of turn.
I did too growing up. My parents' friends would whoop my ass if I acted out. So that's why I say it's kind of a nice balance. Because my mom was very
grandma doesn't play. They're like
feral free. Kids can be kids, and we're just running down the street and playing and doing stuff. And then if I would go to my friend's house, because I was out in, LA suburbs, right? So I had mainly Spanish friends, but Asian friends, Spanish, Armenian, a lot like stuff like that. And they would all be like, take your shoes off when you come in the house. And then it was like, not a question. It was like, you do it or you don't come in my house. Right. And so we'd be like, okay. So you just act so good over there. And like me and my friend were at like a cemetery because we went there. It was like a cultural thing. Right. And we were like talking and joking about something. And her mom whooped the shit out of us because she thought it was disrespectful to the spirits and to the deceased. And we were just like, so we were just like.
Did you see what Lapita put in? She's like, La chancla.
La chancla. Me and my husband do talk about that. We do say, you want a chancla on that ass? Like, what the, but we don't do anything. We talk about it, but we don't do anything.
No, but
and
like,
it's so funny. I give my husband a hard time. I'm like, you're too soft. And he's like, what? what? And I was like, yeah, you're too soft. Because he is very gentle.
I'm sure.
I mean, I'm the wild one. He's like, he's like, no. And so it's always a back and forth with this. I'm like, you're so gentle. He's like, but you like it when I'm gentle with you, right? And I was like, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. I don't want you making sense right now. I just want to say something, be annoying, be a little beach. And
that's why I'm meditating more, girl. I got to meditate when those kids
right?
Like get me. I'm like, you know what? I'm
gonna take a time out for myself.
I gotta go breathe this out because I mean, listen, we all grew up with Scientology parents, and Scientology parenting is very bombastic, very punitive, very much like go fuck yourself. And by the way, go fuck yourself because it's your fault. Not even like you're annoying me with your words, which is like what we're feeling. Like you're not doing what I ask. Your laundry's everywhere, whatever, right? But it's like, oh, well, your room's messy because you pulled it in, quote unquote, all this bullshit because what crimes do you have? Why is your room messy? Gosh, you know, like I know my kids don't have crimes.
Isn't that weird?
Slobs.
Right. They're just being lazy. And that's what I tell my kids. I'm like, you know, you guys have it. So, this is my new thing that I'm telling my kids. I'm like, you know what? I did you a solid. I gave you a good fucking dad. So you better fucking be thankful. I gave you a good dad. I could have, and my husband walks
the right guy.
He's like, I did. He's like looking around like, what the fuck? Because he just walks into all my shenanigans. So he's coming home and I'm like, I'm giving you a compliment, babe. And he's like, what? And he's just looking at me like, I don't know if I should ask. And I'm like, I'm telling them I did them a fucking solid. I gave them a good dad. Like, you're welcome. You know, and they just look at me like I'm just like a fucking alien. And I'm like, guys, I could have just, and then my sons and my daughter's like, ew, I'm like, I could have gave you some raggedy piece of shit, ragamuffin. Like, listen, like the dudes out there are not the highest quality all the time. I'm just letting you know. And I mean, we met when we were young, so it could have gone really awry, you know?
Yeah.
Like, that's funny. I don't
know.
I say I could have done heroin when I was pregnant with you.
Exactly.
I've never done heroin in my life, you guys, but I could have. And I would have screwed him up big time.
Guys, all of this is going to get memed all over everywhere. We are now officially the 3 worst moms on planet Earth.
Quite literally.
No, I know, but I'm just saying, like, the thing for me is that I try to explain to my kids, like, you know, they know my mom, and my mom has healed a lot in terms of, and I think this is true of like every grandparent. Like the second they're not parents anymore, like full time, right? Like my mom still calls and is like, what's happening with you? Are you okay? You know, I'm like, Mom, I'm literally turning 50. Like, calm your fucking tits. But like, calm the fuck. I got it. I have a wife. I'm good. I got it.
I got it.
Like you see this softening, and maybe Justin can relate to this, but like you see this weird thing where your parents like start rewriting fucking history and they're like, oh, are you upset that your kid is not doing XYZ? Well, let me tell them a story about when you were a shit, you know? And then there's this whole thing and you just go like, okay, so you thought the whole time I was this total little shit. This is why, and they leave out the whole part of the punishment that they levied on us. It's just like, well, your mom also did these terrible things. I don't know why she's getting so mad at you. And you're like, literally, what the fuck? Like, I'm like, man,
that's not exactly you. You missed a few
like,
stops.
Tell the whole story, Mom. Tell the whole story. Then what did you do? You tell them
it's
because
like,
I try to tell these kids, if you said that to my mom, if we travel back in time and I said what you're saying to me right now, you wouldn't exist, okay? Because I would be dead.
Yeah.
Dead. Or worse, sent to freaking ranch.
Oh, we were too poor for that.
Oh, that shit was expensive. So I think that's why I stopped going, honestly. It was expensive. Right? I think over $1,000 a month.
No, it's insane. It's
it's
cheaper than Delphi. Cheaper than Delphi.
My siblings went to Delphi at the same time. It was a whole Scientology takeover.
So you were at Mojave at 14. Where were you at 14, Nora?
14. Let me think. That was my freshman year in high school. I was living in Eureka, going to Eureka High School.
Okay.
Oh, you had a normal high school right then.
So
I went to Scientology school when I was super young. Like I went to the Super Genius thing. They kicked me out. Then I went to preschool. It was like a Christian preschool, and like because it was free. Again, we were super poor. Okay, my dad was like always spending all of our money on bullshit and gambling and shit. So I went to the Christian preschool, and then I got super confused because like they gave me a picture of Jesus to color, and I was like, "Who is Jesus?" And then my parents, they had a moment where they're like, "Oh my God, our kid doesn't know who Jesus is. Look at us, like not raising our kid in Christianity." Right. And so I was like,
was that a good thing? Were they happy?
They were like, they were thinking like, "Oh, she's a real Scientologist." Right. And then, and then I went to,
you didn't have the implant. You didn't have the like Christian implant.
Well, my parents would do fucked up shit all the time. Like my dad just handed me his e-meter once when I was like 4.5, 5. And he was like, "What do you do?" And so I opened it up, and according to the family lore, I just set it up for like a perfect session, like did the test, did all the things. And they were like, "Oh my God.
You were like a piano."
And here's the deal, guys. I'm very mechanically inclined. Like I am the kind of person that if I go, and this is gonna date me really bad. But I used to shop phones, and if I couldn't, now this is back in the day when they sent you a paper manual with your phones, kids. If I couldn't figure out the phone without looking at the manual, I was like, I'm not buying that, because if I can't figure it out, it's too complicated.
The dinosaurs couldn't help you?
No.
Nor their fossils.
But guys, when I was 18 months old, I was still working for the Guardian's office. So I was in my playpen in the fucking Guardian's office. And to keep me busy, they gave me a real life telephone, like a fucking rotary telephone, and a screwdriver at 18 months old so that I could take it apart and put it back together. And I did. Right? Because I was just like so into it. Here I am at 18 months old, just like fucking taking this phone apart and fucking put it back together. Like, oh my God, look at her. And I was like, all you did was give me the things. What do you expect me to do?
Right.
Like, it's not to go in my mouth. I know that. Right. So yeah. So then I did kindergarten through 3rd grade. I skipped a grade at the Scientology school at this school that doesn't exist anymore. Because the lady who founded it, she ended up getting declared. And then my dad lost all our money, so that I had to go back to Grody Public School for the rest of my life.
School.
Oh, I fucking loved public school, man.
I loved it. Okay, good. That was like the best.
I've never been to public school.
That's not true. You've been to college.
Oh yeah, I went to community college.
Yeah, you've been to college. You've been with regular people.
Yeah.
Okay.
You've been with normies.
You've been with the people, Liz.
Outside world.
You know, it's just like, so I that was one thing that was really important to my mom, whether I went to a Scientology school or a regular school. She told me over and over again, you're never joining the Sea Org until you graduate high school. Like, you're graduating high school.
Good. That's really good.
My mom said that to me too. Did your mom graduate high school?
Yes, my mom, and she did like a little bit of college before she got into Scientology. She was in broadcasting, and that's where she met her bestie for the next 57 years. And he got her into Scientology. They were in Scientology together. And then all of her closest friends, my godparents, all that, they had all left long before my mom. And they were just waiting, basically. And they stayed friends with her. They never said anything bad about Scientology, you know. And they waited for like 20 years
for her to
leave.
Isn't that crazy?
And they you know, it wasn't like they pushed back, but they waited, you know. And she's still friends with all of them. I mean, she's been friends with them for like 60 years, you know. Actually, with her oldest friend, it is 60 years now, because they 61 years. They became friends in 1969.
That's impressive. To have
that's crazy. I mean, that's a whole ass marriage and shit, you know.
Yeah. A few marriages for some people.
Right?
Lord, that's a lot. You could
squeeze several marriages in there.
You could have several lives in that span.
You could. That's for sure. That's for sure. But it's weird because I say in my story that I was like Hannah Montana-ing my way through life, because at 12, I mean, I had all this early stuff. My dad would do TRs with me all the time. My mom and her bestie tried to do Sunday school with us.
Same. What is that? The catechism Sunday school? Like, what is that a Scientology?
Where we're doing the tone scale, and like me and my sister and her kids were all trying to do TRs. It was a mess.
In the 90s? Was it in the early 90s,
this
late
was
80s?
The 80s, yeah.
I think it was all part of the push to make Scientology a religious entity with the IRS. They did Sunday school.
Yeah. We're all doing Sunday school, guys. Sunday school. And then my mom got a threatening letter from my father when I was 12 because they had been divorced since I was 8. And he basically told my mom that if you don't get me and my sister on the bridge, then I'm going to basically he was going to get her excommunicated from Scientology. And so that threat of losing her eternity, right? This is the threat for people is that you're going to lose your eternity. So then my mom's like, you know what? Let's go on course. And so we were living in Eureka and we were commuting from Eureka, which is 150, almost 200 miles, all the way down to Santa Rosa to go to this teeny tiny mission, to go and do basic courses. My mom and I did HQS together, the Hubbard Qualified Scientologist course. And then we did our PURIF together because my mom had never done the PURIF because it came out after, she had been in Scientology. So we did that. And then we started M1 in the student hat, method 1 word clearing. And I couldn't audit her because she was clear and I wasn't. And then in the middle of my student hat journey, I got selected from the academy to get student auditing by this auditor who was on his internship. So I started on my objectives. I think I did 5 of them. And then I went to the examiner, which is the person you see after every counseling session, and you hold the little fucking soup cans and they say, they just stare at your needle. And then you're supposed to have a floating needle and say why everything was so great. Oh yes. My dad was a kakan. We'll tell that story later. And then I told the examiner why I was clear. And then they all had a freak out because we were at the San Francisco org at that time. And they were like, you have to go to Los Angeles right now. And my mom's like, well, I don't know. Maybe we'll fly down a week. They're like, no, she needs to get to AO within 24 hours.
Oh,
right. So then we're driving like banshees to Los Angeles. We stayed in the skeeziest motel of all time because my mom was just like, well, it's close to the base. It's like that totally by the hour motel that's down the street on Sunset. Real bad. We didn't know. It was the 90s. It was
right.
So we get down there and I do the clear certainty rundown. And then I do the sunshine rundown and I'm now clear at 14. So I've got a fucking little clear bracelet that I'm rocking at school. I'm so fucking cool. Right. So here I am at regular high school wearing a clear bracelet thinking I don't have a reactive mind. I'm fucking a last lifetime Scientologist. I fucking know all this shit. And my friends are like, what the fuck is that? Are you diabetic? Is that a medical alert bracelet?
Is that a medical one? Yes.
What's wrong with you? Do you have seizures? What's happening? We didn't know you were sick. I was like, it's a clear bracelet, and then I had
I'll never be sick again.
Well, yeah. And then because I was advertising it so much that I'm a Scientologist. Now you have to understand, then the fucking Time magazine article comes out. Okay. And now the guy who lived right next door to me was the son of the district attorney of Humboldt County. And he was a total fucking just psychopath. Okay, this kid. And his best friend for his whole life had a huge crush on me. And we became besties. And he would come to my house every day. And we would just hang out and play video games. I was oblivious that he had a crush on me. I just thought we were besties. And so one day he comes, the neighbor kid comes up to me, Eric, and he's like, hey, guess what? And I was like, oh, we were in tennis class together in the PE. We were doing tennis. And he's like, your religion just made the cover of Time. Did you know that? And I was like, really? Wow. So I got a pass from my teacher to go to the library. I'm going to the library. I'm so excited right now. This is the tits. And I see the cover, which is the fucking tentacles and shit coming out of the volcano. And I'm like, and it's the cult of greed. And I'm like, what? And so I stole this from the library. I did not check it out. I stole it. And I hid it away. And then I went home and read it, the whole article. Now I thought I'm going to die because I I've read the OT stuff. I know about Xenu now. Now I'm fucked. So I call my godfather, John, and he's on OT7. And I'm like, John, have you seen this Time article? And he's like, what are you talking about? So I tell him the whole thing. And I'm like, am I going to get pneumonia and die? And he's like, do you really think that's what OT3 is? You really think that it's about a guy dropping people in a volcano and explode? That sounds ridiculous. Doesn't that sound ridiculous? And I was like, well, I guess so. So then I call my dad, who's also OT. He used OT3. So I was like, Dad, did you see the Time magazine article? He's like, no. So I tell him about it. And he's like, did that make you remember anything? And then I'm like, wait, it's real. And he's like, well, what do you think? Like my dad wanted me to recall shit so much. He wanted me to give him like the preview. And I was like, so now I'm totally confused. So then I tell my mom and she looks at it. Now my mom's not OT. And she's like, this sounds like the dumbest shit I've ever heard. Space opera nonsense. And just like throws it away. Who would believe that shit? Right? Just she had like a total fit about it. And then after my mom did OT3, right, I'm thinking she's going to fucking burn the place down, right? I'm remembering this because I was out of the Sea Org by that time when she's on OT3. And she fucking said nothing. And after she left, finally, I was like, Ma, when you got to the whole fucking Xenu shit, how did you stay? And she's like, well, I just thought, if that's what we're supposed to do, then we just do that. It's fine. I just thought it was kind of weird. I just do what I'm doing. I'm like, Mom, wow, what the fuck? Yeah. What the fuck? My sister and I seriously thought she was going to flip all the tables in the fucking confidential room. Right. But so like I spent high school and then I had another nice girl. Oh, well, that guy tried to kill me twice. Literally he tried to drown me during PE. After that incident where he told me the thing, the next day he sees me. He's like, what'd you think about the article? And I was like, I said to him, you may think that I'm in a baby eating cult, but at least my dad isn't selling drugs out of my house. And he lost his shit and trying to beat me with the tennis racket. We got into a literal physical fight on the tennis courts. Like people were pulling us off of each other. And then,
wait, does it mention baby eating?
I was being extreme.
Okay, I get it. I was just wanting to make sure.
And he, so then he tells me, like literally, there's a fence and then there's his house. And so then he says to me after we get in this physical altercation, he's like, I can see right into your room, right? When you're sleeping one night, he says to me, I'm gonna climb that fence. I'm gonna come in your room and I'm gonna rape and kill you. That's what he says to me. Oh my God. I started sleeping with a huge knife under my pillow, which became a thing because my mom's like, where's that knife? I need to chop some vegetables. And she found it in my room. And then I was like, yeah, I just got scared one night, and then when we were in PE later, I thought we were on good terms. And it was the last quarter. We're doing swimming and we're all having this splash party in the dive pool area. And everybody starts dunking each other. And we were like, we're having fun. And so he dunked me. I came back up. He looked around. He still had his hands on my shoulders. And he realized everybody else was distracted. And he pushed me under as far as I could go. And he started kicking to like bring me further down. And I was like, okay, he's trying to drown me. And so I tried to like get him off me, like just move my shoulders. And he gripped like tighter and was like holding me. And as I was coming up, he was like doing like a reverse kick to keep me down. And so I was like, okay, Nora, now's the time to remember all of your like female training. So I reached up, I grabbed his balls, I twisted and I yanked him down. And then when I came up for air and he came back up, I just started punching the fucking shit out of him, just wailing on him. And he's screaming like a little bitch. Get her off me, right? So I have like 2 teachers pull me out of the water and I'm fucking like wrestling with them. Like that's it. And then I'm about to get hauled off to the principal's office and he's like, she's psycho. She's trying to kill me. And then everybody's like, no, bro, you tried to drown her. And then they're like, what? And he's like, oh, it was a joke. It was a joke, right? All this because his dad actually was the district attorney. And he was dealing drugs out of his house. And so we both get called into the principal's office, right? And there's my mom and there's his district attorney dad. And my mom looks at me and she's like, do not say anything. And so I was like, okay. So we recount all of the things that happened. And the district attorney dad is like, well, legally, blah, 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 and it's like starts saying all this stuff. And like my mom doesn't even like blink. She just literally just sat there. And then the principal was like, well, what do you have to say about this? This sounds like he has a really good case. And my mom's like, well, yeah, that might be something. But then we could also get an investigation into why all the people pull up to your house, walk around back, and then leave with a paper bag. Maybe we could talk about that. And then he's like, never mind, everything's fine. We're leaving.
Dang.
My mom was a fucking badass mamba jamba. She did not fucking play. She made windows rattle, man, when she went in principal's offices, because people tried to fuck with me and my sister when we were little, and she was like, not on my fucking watch, Satan. Not on my watch. But
she stuck up for you. That's good.
Yeah, that's
she
nice.
always, she had like a fucking, when I called her to tell her I joined the Sea Org, that broke her. Like she was at work and I was a bitch. I was a total bitch. I was like, I signed the contract and you can't do anything about it. And I was 18. I was a piece of shit. I was a little fucking, know-it-all teen shit. And she literally was hysterical at work and had to leave. Aww. And then she called me from home where she was like, like scream crying on the phone with me. Why would you do? And now my mom's a bad person because she's trying to convince me not to like.
Right.
So from that moment on, my mom was labeled a bad person. No matter what she did.
Right.
She was bad for the whole time I was in the Sea organization. So anytime my mom, like, she would bake, her thing is baking. So at Christmas, my mom would bake like pumpkin bread. And she was like, oh, who else wants some pumpkin bread? So one year I got like 10 loaves of pumpkin bread. So I was like handing them out to some executives and like my bosses and like all this stuff. And she had put one aside for Dave Pettit, for the commanding officer. And I went down to his office. And he wasn't there. So I just left the loaf of bread without a note because it just said Dave Pettit, to Dave Pettit, love, Kathy Thomas. That's all it said on the little tag, right? And so I go about my day. Everybody in my group is eating the fucking pumpkin bread because it's so good. All of a sudden, I get this frantic call from James Richardson in security. What is your mother's name? And I was like, why? Say it now. And I'm like, it's Kathy Thomas. They're like, okay, thank you. And they hang up. And so then at dinner time, Dave Pettit comes up to me and he's like, listen, you tell your mom, don't ever make that pumpkin bread again. And I was like, oh, was it bad? And he goes, no, it was so good. I ate the whole loaf. Don't let her do that again. Also, if you leave something on my desk, leave a note because it was like a security alert.
They thought that, someone was trying to harm them.
Yeah.
Gonna poison Dave Pettit with pumpkin bread.
Right.
They're so fucking paranoid. So fucking paranoid. Like they hated my mom, but if it was like came up that she made cappuccino brownies, they were like, excuse me. We need to taste test these before you eat them.
They're like stopping them at the door. Security.
Oh no, literally. Yeah. No. But so it's always a conundrum. It's always a conundrum. You know what I mean? Like my mom did my laundry for me when I was in the Sea Org. It was like, why is your mom an external influence? Like she's not. She's my mom.
Your mom,
like, this is the thing. This is the thing I think people don't understand. I think what we've done right as moms is we are moms. You know what I mean? Like we are the hover parents. Like yesterday, I got attacked for being a mom. People were trying to say that I'm negligent of my children or something. So one of my teens came home from rehearsal. They're in a play. And so I'm laughing about it, telling Jen about it. And we both look over at them and go, hey, do you feel neglected? And he's like, oh my God, no. And we're like, I said, do you want me to be more involved in your life? Should I be more involved?
Right.
He's like, oh my God, please stop. Please. You're doing too much.
That's funny. That's hilarious. Well, I think all three of us, Elysia too. I mean, this is a weird question to ask, but like, is your role at home? Do you do meals? Do you do laundry? Is that on you?
Yeah. I mean, well, my kids do theirs now.
Okay,
So,
but you fit the like homemaker role. You do a lot of that stuff around the house.
Yeah, but I'm also like, you're old enough. Get your shit
but
together.
You share it. Yeah.
But I also think that they're still not like, I don't know. I still think that
work too, right, Elysia? I mean, you have a job also. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I wasn't meaning there's anything.
No.
I mean, taking care of a home is like
I did stay home.
That's a very high
esteemed job. I did stay home when my kids were little. I didn't start working until my youngest started first grade. And I've had the same, so I've been working.
How old are your kids? Are they all teenagers?
16 and 17.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a totally different parenting.
Yeah, mine are 20.
Yeah, I'm like, you have your stuff. You can take care of yourself. You have phones. You have all the stuff. Like,
it's great when they're teens.
It is. But I almost feel like
I love it.
Enough. Like, you know what I mean? But it's nice. But I'm also like, and then I think I'm like, oh man, they can move out in like a year. And I'm like, they're not ready for that. But like when I was 18, I moved out.
Oh God, my 18-year-old, I looked at him and I was like, I know you're not going anywhere right now.
Right. It's just very different.
And now he's going to be 21. I cannot believe my oldest is turning 21 this year. That is freaking my freak.
Yeah.
That is, but I'm excited because he's in LA. I'm going to fly him up here and we're going to go get some drinks.
Oh, are you?
Yes. I'm excited. I'm not going to hit him hard with like, here's a Long Island iced tea. Good luck.
That'll fuck you up.
We could go wine tasting.
Wine would not be his jam. It has to be like, he's very particular about things that he drinks. Like he's a big Dr. Pepper fan. He loves a good Shirley Temple. So I'm thinking we start with like a dirty Shirley.
Yeah, I would say a dirty. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Because then it's what he knows with a little extra.
My gosh, that's so crazy. 21-year-old. Mine's turning 20.
That's crazy.
Right. Your kid's 1 year younger than mine. I know. That's our oldest are old as hell. And then girl child's turning 19 next month.
Oh
and then then in order of birthdays, then the youngest is going to turn 14. And then in October, the other teen is going to turn 18. And so they'll be 18 for their whole senior year. Basically of high school. So that's going to be wild. And they're like, well, when I'm 18, I'm going to do this. And I was like, listen up, bitch. You're still a child in my house.
Right.
I don't give a fuck. Oh, you want to do all that? Go get a JOB, bitch.
I've been telling my kids that too. I'm like, y'all don't do jack shit. You go to school and then you come home and you sit on your fucking phone in your room.
Thank you.
Like, what?
And that's your job.
Okay, were you not working as a kid?
Huh?
You were working as a kid, right? Like doing various like no. I was babysitting when I was in elementary
babysitting,
school.
Yes. Babysitting.
Like, I don't know.
Oh shit.
I was babysitting for Scientologist families when I was in middle school. Like after I didn't go to 8th grade and I just didn't have anything to do for the rest of the year, I ended up at Delphi babysitting like a 2-3 month old.
Yep.
People thought it was my kid. I would just be walking around the fucking streets of Los Angeles with the baby
on
my hip. And people would just be looking at me like, what the fuck? It's before 16 and pregnant, guys, okay?
14.
Yeah.
And people will be like, is that your baby? I was like, I don't even have my period.
Did you do childcare, Nora? Like, yeah, I did too. I think that's interesting.
Like that's a very,
How old are you? How old were you guys when you first babysat somebody?
8 or 9, maybe.
It was I think I was like 10 or 11. It was my work crew at Delphi. At Delphi, at Scientology boarding school, you have an hour of work every evening, and then you have 3 hours on the weekend. And I always did childcare. And then I went on to be a preschool teacher. I loved it.
I was 7, and I was put in charge of my sister and a 10-month-old. And my parents would go out with their besties and go do whatever.
Yeah,
that's so.
Isn't that wild? Now, I was babysitting and helping out with like a neighbor across the street. She had her dream child because she always wanted a baby. So her and her husband had a kid, and she was the sweetest. So she didn't have kids for a while, and so we lived across the street. So I was like, I would help her like pick her flowers and prune her garden because I was just running around the streets, and she was sweet. So when her baby came, I helped her with like changing the diapers and stuff. Like she would let me do that. So I was like babysitting neighborhood kids, but then I also started babysitting like in middle school after Mojave. I was legit just like babysitting another Scientologist kid because the teacher at Delphi, no qualifications because my mom was a teacher. No qualifications.
I was a teacher at 18. No qualifications.
I was a teacher at 15, something like. No qualifications.
Scientology schools don't give a fuck. It's not.
I was at a childcare. She left me alone with like 6 children.
Yeah.
Guys, I was teaching PE and reading to kindergarten through 12th graders at 18.
Which school was that?
at Lewis Carroll Academy of the Arts.
Oh.
Yeah.
Isn't that
all
crazy?
the little famous kids that you see on the ads now that are all like adults, those are all my students.
Oh.
Those are all my little babies. That's why when I see them say shit, I was like, fuck you. I used to make you run laps and shit.
Love it.
It's just so different. I don't know. I think it's like here's like the dichotomy of it all. We were like out in the streets and playing just generationally, right? And you come in when the street light comes on, depending on where you live. We didn't have cell phones. We had no way to trace each other. Like if you got hurt, you sucked it up, or you went inside and then you
had to run home and find
someone. Right, to help if it was bad, right? But now I'm like, kids don't even go outside to do anything. I'm just like, get out in these streets. I tell my kids all the time, I'm like, why don't you go get in the streets? Go get in trouble. Go get arrested. Right? And my daughter's like, you want me to get arrested? And I was like, well, no, but like, I want you to go and like have some fun. Don't just be inside laughing at text message threads or whatever, like it's just so different. It's less hands-on. And I'm like, their communication is very different. They're not as good at it. You know what I mean? Because they're communicating through technology instead of like face to face.
Short form videos. Science says it's wrecking their brain. Like no shit.
Yeah. And so, like, I don't know. I feel like I'm that old lady that's just like, you guys need to go and play in the dirt and go. No, I'm not.
Liz is laughing. Liz is laughing about that.
I'm laughing because she sent me this like 9-minute thing about how short content is ruining our minds and our attention spans, and I literally couldn't get through it.
She couldn't guys. I made my children this weekend watch the whole 2 hours of that. The 13-year-old was literally like. Like he looked like he was like, and so like halfway through I was like, Sammy, what's happening, kiddo? What's going on? And he's like, oh my God, like it's so boring. I can't. And the 17-year-old that I was really trying to reach more was like, actually, it's interesting. I was like, okay, so Sam, tell me what you've gotten out of this. And so he told me, and he's like, yeah, but also he told me like a summary, which was perfect. But then he goes, you guys have told me this before, and I believe you. And Jen and I like clutched each other. We're like, oh my God, you listen when we talk about stuff and you believe us the first time we say it?
Oh, we did something right.
We did it. 1 out of 4.
Right.
He's telling you what you want to hear. That's not possible.
No, he's fantastic. No, but I was like, okay.
He was like, if I tell them what they want to hear, I'll get out of it quick.
Right. But it's a 2 hour. It was a 2 hour thing between two like clinical like psychologists, social researchers and everything. Fascinating stuff. The guy who wrote the book, The Anxious Generation, which I definitely want to read. He is the reason why Australia changed their social media laws to bar any social media before the age of 16. But they presented literally the science. There was one graph that showed they were doing like memory retention tests on people. Okay. And they showed the before and after. And they gave everybody a 10-minute break. And in the 10 minutes, one group watched TikTok for 10 minutes. One group went to YouTube. I think they watched long form, not shorts. Then another group went to Twitter, and one other group rested, like they just closed their eyes or something. The rested group, their memory improved. Twitter and YouTube, like long form stuff, they stayed basically the same. The TikTok group in 10 minutes lost 40% memory retention in 10 minutes.
Makes sense.
40%, because what it's doing is it's fragmenting your ability to retain information. And they went into the soul. I recommend everybody watch it because they talk about what's happening in your brain and why when the amygdala is on, like our fight or flight response for those of us here on the screen who grew up in Scientology with that sort of like trauma in our childhood, that's when your amygdala lights up and you're on high alert and you're like, what the fuck's happening, right? And you're trying to find all the exits. That turns off this part of your brain, the prefrontal cortex, that's in charge of all of the executive functions of like planning, of reasoning, of, all the verbal skills and everything else. Right. So what we're seeing, this is why Gen Alpha has this completely fragmented like language, right? Everything's like a fucking meme.
Yeah. It talks through memes. Yeah.
And so his mission is to save Generation Alpha, because as adults, we feel that too. We're like, what the fuck just happened? I've been scrolling. Where am I? Right. We can recover that. We can build that muscle back up way easier than a child who is getting exposed to that constantly,
right?
And their brain develops in that way.
Right.
We don't have science that says whether or not that's recoverable, right? Because our brains are fully formed. And there's new science now showing that adolescence, because apparently there's 4 stages of human life. There's the
I'm freaking out thinking about my baby on his phone.
I know, sweetheart. And here's the deal. You have to show him the information, right? Because they don't believe anything we say. We say it's giving you brain damage. They're like,
I'll send him a short on the topic.
Oh God. Well, you know what I mean?
And he'll remember 40% of it.
Yeah. But I mean, all these other countries are enacting this law. Like literally, the
true.
EU is doing it. The Philippines, everybody is doing it. And we need to do this in America, because it's one thing for, and it's not good for anybody. It's not that like, it's okay for adults because we can recover. It's still addictive. It's still crazy. But we have to do something to like literally save the children so that we don't have a whole generation of people that are now like literally brain damaged. Yeah. And the evidence is inside of this. A lot of stuff's coming out because Meta's on trial right now. And so all of their internal documents are coming out as part of this trial, where they know it's addictive. They make it more addictive.
They make it more,
and they know it's harming children, not just in the brain damage, but how many tens of thousands of children have died worldwide because of unaliving themselves because of social media, and have been the victims of bullying, cyberbullying, of like it's creating PTSD in an entire. All of the graphs show like the anxiousness. And one thing the scientist said that I was like, oh, this is actually true, is that when you're fragmenting these things and you're watching, horrific stuff, and our feeds were all filled with the same stuff. It's like Gaza, the ICE arrest, blah, 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 blah. It's all this stuff, bop, 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 bop. It's all little things. So we're just like, oh, I'm scrolling, right? That fragmentation is giving you PTSD by association, because you're so into it. You get so sucked into it, right? But it's destroying your frontal cortex, because you can't spend less than like 10 minutes doing something before any retention starts. So this whole like 1 minute thing is wild. And they designed it that way on purpose. They are trying to fracture society as a whole, so that when AI takes over, we're all just like, okay.
Now you're in conspiratorial land. Now,
well, literally, guys, go watch.
She's listening to this.
Go watch. I know we are, but the conspiracy. I mean, guys, here's the unfortunate shit. All that stuff we thought was ridiculous is actually turning out to be fucking true, and it's frightening.
Well, and the
watch
money,
Idiocracy. Watch Idiocracy.
That's a good one.
I know. That's a good movie.
Is a huge industry. It makes billions and billions.
Oh my God,
trillions. And they put research into. This is one of the things I have talked to my kid about, is they put research into how to give dopamine hits, how to string them along just enough that you keep playing. And especially because I'm a boy mom, I was reading an article about boys. Those would be the dopamine hits that they would be getting out running through the forest, playing in the neighborhood, doing
activities.
Yeah, so they'd be shooting the hoop, and then they finally make one. They get that dopamine hit, or they whatever, and they're not getting that, and with the skills, so then they end up behind because they're self-conscious because they don't even have the skills. They can't even shoot and make a basket, so they don't try anymore.
And they don't want to take the time.
Exactly.
Too long.
Yeah, it is too long.
Things take a long time. I've noticed like it's exhausting around here. We put in a lot of time stuff. We have a lot of rules about chores. We, apparently I'm the worst mom in the world.
Oh, same.
Because none of his friends have any chores.
Oh my gosh, yes.
All of his friends can play video games whenever they want.
I would like a meeting with all these parents, because I don't think that's fucking true.
I asked one of the kids when I was giving him a ride, I was like, do you have chores? And he was like, no. But then he was like, but I help. I do this, this, and this. I was like, so you basically have chores.
So that's chores.
But whatever. But locked in. Oh, that's my kid. Anyway, he has a lot of chores. He does the eggs. He does the chickens. He does the compost. He does the garbage. He takes out the recycling. He vacuums the couch every day. He cleans his room. And he's responsible for his laundry. And honestly, I don't think he does enough. I mean, like,
I know, isn't it weird when you think about it? Because I'm like, you do something, but like, if you were to move out in a year and a half, or even 5, like, how are you going to manage all of these things? Because like,
it's crazy.
I don't see that.
I do get him on the Sunday reset.
I'm
proud of my Sunday reset. So if you want to make your kids roll their eyes, do the Sunday reset. But it's great.
Sunday reset.
So we do sheets on Sunday. We do make sure all the clothes, like My husband's work clothes are ready. School clothes are ready. Snacks are packed for the week, all that stuff. And I do have him do a lot of that with me and cleaning the bathroom.
That's good.
So,
I mean, and it's so funny because we had a neighbor that came over and they're like, can your kids come play? This was like years ago. And I was like, well, they're actually finishing up their chores. And they're like, it was a little girl. She goes, you have chores? They do chores? Yeah. Oh, they make their own bed. Don't you have a maid that does that? And I was like, no, like, no. And it's sad because a lot of people aren't going to learn to do these things. And then the older generation that knows like these specialties, like even stuff like sewing. I don't know how to do it, but I'm just saying there's going to be a time when we lose so many of the people that are so good at doing stuff on their own.
Yeah.
Because they didn't have any other options. Like,
we got to bring some of these skills back. I mean, like I do a lot of stuff with my kids. We do a lot of cooking and baking, and I'm trying to, and also like I take my kids shopping with me because they're like, so I don't know why we don't have this. Like when the oldest,
you want to see how much it is, give them a budget, let them do the list, and you just drive them. When my kids talk shit, that's what I do.
About getting the Annie's mac and cheese, right? So they had it at Costco, and I was like, okay, well, let's look at the Annie's mac and cheese. I said, you really only like the white sauce and the shells. Look how many, you get 3 of those in this package. The other ones you're going to have to eat. I'm not eating that. And I said, look how much that costs for 9 boxes versus the Kraft mac and cheese, okay, which isn't your favorite, but you can zhuzh it up with other cheese. And how much does that cost for like 20 boxes? He's like, oh, that's a big difference.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah. And there's 6 of us, hon. Like I don't have that kind of money. I mean, like I decided a long time ago that even if I won the lottery, I would not have an opulent life. I would put it in investment accounts for them so that they had it when they were, fully done doing stuff. And they would have access to it for when it, I mean, like when you're a teen, you're fine. Your parents have got it. We've got it. Right. But when you're an adult and you're kind of floundering and you're like thinking like, oh, fuck, I started school and I hate this shit. And like, I want to do something else. That's when you need the like, okay, I have some money so I can, go travel or something. Like, that's what I tell my kids. I'm like, don't waste your time. Not that college isn't important. I think it is. But I'm like, listen, you're young. College will still be there. Go fucking travel. Go do experiences and go work, and then when you're older, if you want to go to college and look at fish all day, then go do that in your retirement years. Like save up and then retire early and then go do college when your brain is already done and you can retain shit,
Ooh, let's play a game. Apostate Alex says if he won the lottery, sorry, Nora, I'm not trying to cover up your face.
No, do it. It's okay.
If he won the lottery, OSA, Office of Special Affairs, would have a meltdown because suddenly ex-Scientology space would be a force to be reckoned with.
Oh, that would be part of my money too.
What would you do if you won the lottery? Like, listen, we could all talk 1,000 years about this. Make it snappy, Nora. But what would you do if you won the lottery?
Well,
500 million.
500 million. Okay. Well, after I take care of all my friends and kids, like pay off everybody's mortgages and stuff.
Right.
I would. I mean, like that's the first thing I would do is like pay off all my shit and then take care of some of my friends so that they are like set. Right. I'd probably give my mom like just basically a card and be like, just pay for everything here. That's what you're doing. But Scientology, ex-Scientology wise, I would buy a fuck ton of land and build an oasis there for people to come and rest. Anybody, not just people who are just leaving Scientology, but people who have been out and I have a whole plan. I've even drawn it out, all the staff that I need.
That's why I told her to make it snappy because we've talked about this.
I made a journal. Hang on. I made a journal. I made a journal about it. Wait.
I like that too. I
did. I have to go back.
They can get rest and recoup, and you can have activities that they can do when they feel ready.
So Nora's going to start a cult with her money.
Look at my notes.
The ex-cult, new cult.
Okay. So what I want is 10 plus acres near water, zoned for multi-use. Then you're going to have a welcome center in the big building. You have a welcome center, a dining room, rec room, reading room, meditation pods, TV room, medical exam rooms, massage rooms, and counseling rooms. It would be for 10 people at a time because you can't do like 100 people at a time. Okay.
I don't know if you have 500 million, you could do more than 10.
Well,
you could do little pods.
Staffing, guys, because you don't want it to go bankrupt in like a year. Okay. So each room, of course, would have its own
money bags. Why would you let your organization go? Why would you let it go broke if you had $5 million?
But it has to be a legit charity, right? And then you have 3 family bungalows for like reintegration for like, and I want this to be for like returning vets too, right? So that they can get the rest they need, then they can reintegrate into their family without it being all like too much, right? And then we need some residential permanent housing, because some people, let's face it, get way too fucked up from these things, from being at war or being part of a cult, and they can't make it, and that's okay, because I have a whole plan to make money out of this also. Okay, so then separate entity, you have what I'm calling the barn, which will be an event space where you can, this is how we're making money. One stream of income for this place besides donations, where people come to host conferences, weddings, all that stuff, which will be a place where the people who are working, they can get a job there, or they can get a job somewhere else. They're not required to work, but they will be paid a great wage, and they'll be provided with room and board. Okay. And then I want to do mushroom or kelp farming, because that's the future. We're going to be making everything out of mushroom and kelp. Okay. And then we need, now for staffing, I'm totally, if you guys think I have left somebody out, tell me. We need a full-time 24-hour chef, masseuse, counselor, a nurse, security, drivers, cleaning staff, nutritionist, job counselor, HR specialist, payroll, CTO, CFO, and a media marketing person. I also want to host a podcast out of there for people to tell their story.
Okay, we get it. We get it.
Yeah, that's
brilliant.
I've been thinking about it.
Yeah,
I've been thinking that's what I would do.
She's not looking too deeply, guys, but she has a few things in mind.
Look, Apostate Alex says that he would have a yacht and have free retreats for people.
You
do it, Alex. Do it.
This one though, Jojo the Enforcer, I would travel around and meet everyone in the community and give Scientology hell. That is
talked about that, like having like an RV that travels. That would be so fun.
I want to go on a mega
world tour.
Yeah. That'd be so fun. I don't even know honestly how to go about like getting funding for that, or how to go about making that a thing. But I genuinely think that a Mecca road trip for Scientology, where you just visit the different orgs, you go to the different places, would be really, really fun.
If I had that kind of money, we're having a private jet, hon, and we're going.
Ew, gross. That's
it's
disgusting.
Not very eco-friendly.
For the ecosystem.
More eco-friendly.
Are you one of these rich, weird guys that just people's money and fucks the environment?
We're gonna go on a horse and buggy. Make it real exciting. Covered wagon now.
Guys, I'm not Greta Thunberg. Okay, I'm not sailing across the Atlantic by myself to go play. Like, I love her. She's she's fucking hardcore. That girl.
If I was $500 million, you bet your ass I'm flying everywhere. Like,
well, I'd be funding shit like that too. I'm gonna fund Greta's next fucking expedition.
See, he says the Flag World Tour,
but better. Oh my god!
I love that. I
would love.
How about you, Elysia? What would you do
that would be
if you won the lottery? 500 mil. I mean, we know you take care of your family, all of the pets. Maybe what else would you do?
I mean, that is very hard. I think we would probably put away a lot of money for the kids in something that made money, if that makes sense, and they can't touch it till they're a little bit older. But I think we'd probably buy some land if I can build on it, like our own space, so that we can have generations after us that could use it at some point. To me, that's important. I mean, I don't know. I know that
we'll talk about generational land to Liz. You're gonna make her mad.
I know.
That's why I was like, I'm not trying to be a dick.
You fucking asshole. Fuck you, Elysia, and your dreams about having land when you win the lottery.
No, keep going. I was making a bad joke.
No, I am too. Please.
And I don't know. I guess just like being comfortable would be nice, and also like traveling is, I think that's kind of one of the best educations you can get, is just to travel, to see
100%
other people, other cultures. Like, to me, I think that's fascinating. And growing up in LA, like, I feel like I got to see a lot of diversity. I feel like didn't get done as much in Texas. Texas is not as diverse. It is. It's just where we're at is not super diverse. It depends on where you go.
Travel would be awesome. Just go eat food, see art, do like all the cool things that places have to offer.
I think so, right? It'd be fun.
Alex, you better lend me more than $20.
Oh yeah, Alex is only going to lend Nora $20. That's all she's good for.
Wait a second.
Did you see JoJo's idea though? I think JoJo has a good idea.
Yes. How do we make this happen, JoJo? We need a tour bus. Funder. We need a tour bus. We could literally just honestly live stream the whole time. Just live stream in the bus. Just go wherever we need to go.
Amazing.
It's almost like the real world, but SP version, right? You remember the real world? Like when they put all the strangers in there,
right? Have joked with me. They're like, Liz wants to be on a reality show. Liz wants to be. Well, I think we all do. It's not. I never said I want to be on
this. This is a reality show. This.
But, yes. Well, there you go. There you go. But to be like in a bus and do that or a trailer. Oh my gosh, would be so fun.
Oh my God, what if we get in Mojave? We stayed in the double wides, like that was our dorm. Was like the double wides. What if we got a double wide that you use the ones with wheels that you can move around and drive,
right? Like a tiny home.
With beds and one bathroom. That's all.
Girl, I'm not going on a bunk bed. I'm fucking turning 50.
I know. I was just
it's a caravan then.
I don't want to be in that space again. I see that's the one thing about going to Mojave. What I did, I was the only female, so I had the whole dormitory to myself.
Don't you know how reality shows work? You got to make people uncomfortable. You got to trigger them a little bit.
It would be great to buy the ranch, to buy the Mojave Ranch, and then just bring all this. I know if it doesn't, but I mean, like if we could buy a location like that where kids were. And then we get all
that place does still exist.
And then we get all of the survivors and we fucking blow it up. Just like
I thought you were gonna have us live there. She's blowing the
I'm saying we demolish it and we build something new.
Well, probably not with Delphi, Oregon. That's like a monument.
Why not?
Delphi is big, yeah.
It's like it was built by Jesuit priests. It's gorgeous. You just need to get the
Then we need to get every single healer within 100-mile radius and all the sage in Oregon to fucking sage
I will
shit out of that
event. Are you
Let's
joking?
do it. I would absolutely buy Delphi. If I got that 500, we're buying Delphi.
Yeah,
that would be
cool. We're buying all the places. Somebody was like, you could buy Gold Base. Yes, I could, motherfucker.
If they'll sell it. You know what
they
though?
Won't sell
I think I'd go all
buy everything around it so that they're uncomfortable though. You know what I mean? Like buy all the surrounding. Yes, exactly. You just have to reverse Uno their ass.
Exactly. Let's reverse Uno. So all we need to do is start $1 billion call, and then we'll have enough money to reverse Uno their asses.
So like, what is our cult?
The church. It's the Church of the Anointed Breasts.
Ooh.
Yes. It's the immaculate. It's the Church of the Immaculate Breasts.
Immaculate breasts. Oh, that sounds pressury.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because all breasts are immaculate.
Oh, that's okay.
All breasts are immaculate.
So all tits matter.
Is that that can be like the slogan. Yes. It does feel though as if we're excluding males from this.
Yes.
And we need them with their we need their work.
No, we don't. No. I'm calling for a full matriarchal takeover of everything. Fuck that shit. We have left it. The men.
Says the lesbian. Says the lesbian whose wife is allowed at the new cult.
Liz and I might be like dipping out to get some dick on the
You guys can
girl, we gotta make a dick
as much. Here's the deal.
Find our husband.
Men will be allowed to marry women. That's fine. Heterosexuality is totally cool beans. They're just not allowed in leadership.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, they're not in charge. Also, they have full autonomy over their own bodies and their own livelihood. That's totally fine. But they are not in charge. We are having a full matriarchal takeover of everything. I'm promoting the matriarchy, and we need to get back to that because, like, let's face it, back in the olden days, and I'm talking like hundreds, bajillion, thousands years ago. Okay. And this is my deep dive into Gnosticism so far, guys. I got my books. I'm so excited. But like, let's face it, women were the Supremes. They were the leaders. Okay. And they were the ones who were guiding it. Many societies were fully matriarchal. They would have a woman at the top, and she was the storyteller, and she was the holder of the heritage, and she was the healer, and women were held up because why? Because we literally create life. We literally bring life into the world. Okay. Men, we need you for assistance temporarily for your seeds to grow our garden. Okay. And then let's face it.
Please come
most of the time, 95% of the time, it is a woman-dominated role to raise children, okay? And it's not a knock on my gay brothers who are out here adopting kids or, have a surrogate or whatever, and they're raising their kids, and mad respect to the single fathers out there, mad respect to everybody who's parenting, okay? But 95% of the time, it is on a woman to do that role, to be both parents, a parent, do all of the homework and work and raise the kids and all this stuff. So guess what? Now all I'm saying is we're going to get the power that goes along with all that responsibility instead of giving power to the people who shirk the responsibility and then try to control everything that we're doing. This is not about, I hate straight white men. I don't hate straight white men. I'm raising them. It's totally fine with me. I mean, that was funny. Like the youngest was like, well, I think I'm straight. We're like, you're so brave, so strong to come out to us. Like, we're so proud of you for owning your identity so early.
That's brave.
You know, but like
that was a very big moment.
We're like, oh, well, maybe we'll be grandparents, you know, maybe we'll get that day, you know. But it's just, I just go like, it's like we have to change. Radical change is necessary at this time across the board in so many things. It's like when I look at other countries who base their democracy on America's constitution, but they came up with like a better constitution. If you look at all the new democracies and you look at their constitutions versus our constitution, it's like, wow, they put like human rights in that shit. Like, holy shit. Like we need radical change across the board. In all those countries that have had women be the president or the chancellor, whatever they call the person in charge, are doing way better than we are.
I know.
Okay. And it's not about talk about emotions. I mean, like this guy, his emotions are off the chain, you know, and that was the big fear, right? Like, oh, what if she gets her period and she pushes the big bad button? First of all, Hillary was in menopause, guys. Like she didn't get no period.
And it said she had bouts of rage anyway. I mean,
first of all, everyone has bouts of rage. Yeah. Is there a man out here who's like
highlighting it because she's a woman and that's the only thing they could like, you know,
are you a monk? Come on.
I don't know. I'm of the impression, like, if you want to be a leader and you can be a good leader, then step up and be a good leader. I literally don't give a shit what generation you are, what gender you are, what fucking color. Like, I don't care. I just want some leaders who actually care about the people that they're leading. Because it seems like everybody who stands up and says they want to go to Senate or whatever, they end up some rich fat fucker with a pension that is way beyond what the American people get. They never have to worry or have a struggle again, except for to cover their own ass.
No, it's bullshit.
I don't want any of that. I think
all of the representatives, I think all the representatives and senators should get paid the median wage, either in their district or their state.
And they should get Medicaid. What you get paid. They should get the same. They should get Medicaid insurance.
Yeah, and when they're done, when they're not elected again, go fuck yourself. If you didn't invest in your 401k, I guess you're fucked at the drive-through like the rest of us. You don't get fucking paid for life. Go fuck you.
Well, and a lot of them, they'll end up on boards and special interest groups.
Yeah, they do.
And that's fine.
Yeah.
You're going to make money.
Really rich.
I don't want to pay you for the rest of your life. That's all I'm saying. Fuck you. That money should get reinvested into society. And we should, one of the comments that happened in this thing that I thought was really crazy was that talking about
I like that.
Talking about teachers and things in our world. And that when we started putting computers in all the classrooms, right? It was presented as an equity issue. Like, oh, all the rich kids have computers, but not everybody can afford one. So we need to give one to everyone. And that was the start of the massive decline in American schooling, because up to like 2012, test scores were going up. 2014 marked the year where every kid got a Chromebook or an iPad in their classroom, and smartphones were basically in everyone's hands. That marks the sharp decline for American school statistics. But he said was, if we had taken those billions of dollars that it took to get these Chromebooks and iPads to every school child in America, and we had invested that in teachers, we would be way better off right now. If we had taken that money and raised all of the teachers' salary and like really made teaching important, like they do in Denmark, where teaching is like one of the highest paid professions you can have, we would be in a different boat.
But obviously our leaders didn't want, the point of the school system is obviously not to make sovereign citizens who are at the best of their ability and the peak of their game. It is very obvious the entire system is designed to poison physically, mentally, indoctrinate, and withhold the basic information that other people and like rich people, elitists, are learning every single day.
Yeah, because we keep dumbing down the curriculum, because kids don't have an attention.
Learn about taxes,
they don't learn.
We don't learn about business. No. There's so much our kids could be learning that they save till later. That really, if you are
first of all, they never learn it.
Or they don't. Yeah, they just don't.
When did you learn about taxes? We don't. You don't have to pay them.
But if you want to do business stuff, it ends up being college level.
Right. Oh yeah.
Whereas that's not the case.
That's why I pay somebody to do my taxes. I'm not fucking with that shit.
But it's
I don't understand it.
It's also different to be raised to make money versus being raised to keep.
But most of those kids don't even know how that works. They just know that they have a guy who invests the money and that money makes money. They don't actually, a lot of them, I shouldn't say all of them, but a lot of them have no idea how that money multiplies. They just know they're sitting on their fat ass enjoying the profits, and it's like those kind of families
much more familiar with how
so much wealth. They have no idea
work and how different, like, accounts and tax shelters and things with business and all that stuff. Which once you have money, that's how you keep money, and that's how you continue to grow money. You don't just go out there and spend your money. There's all these loopholes and all these ways to avoid that once you have money. Yeah. But I guess my thing is like, it's so clear to me now that our entire system was designed essentially to, for lack of a better word, suppress us.
It's programming. That's why there's a bell after every class, because it is literally like the fucking Pavlov thing. Yeah. It's to program us to be compliant workers for the corporations. We are programmed to sit. We are programmed to intake. We are programmed to regurgitate. We are programmed to move from place to place, to thing to thing, It is literally programming us to be a part of the capitalistic machine. It is not to enlighten. Like you see these other schools like Wharton and things where they're studying philosophy, art. They're studying the things that actually ignite your brain.
Ignite your brain,
Because they're going to use those people as a pool for something different. The public school average person is going to be a worker. That's a different echelon of person that they're going to search that pool for geniuses and scientific people to then use in a different way.
And you see the outliers on that, right? Like I'll take Jasmine Crockett as an example. Okay. Jasmine Crockett is she's fucking phenomenal, but she's a young Black woman from Texas who is a lawyer. Okay. She put herself through law school. Like she's fucking from Houston, like she's not from wealth. Right. And she made it as a lawyer. Then she's like, I'm running for Congress. She won by 90 votes. She was outspent like 100-1 by her opponent, but she hustled her ass. She went to every apartment door and knocked on it. She went to every place she could go, every coffee shop, everywhere. She won by 90 votes in her first election. Okay. Then she got reelected by like a landslide, because when she sits down, if you've never seen a Jasmine Crockett like interrogation, she doesn't fucking hold back, because she was she was a lawyer. She asked the questions and she knows what the answer is, and she's like, boom, right? Now she's running for Senate. And here's the thing is that the Democrats decide, and this is where the split between the Democrat side come. Jasmine Crockett is like, we need radical change. Okay. We don't need the same old shit. And so James Tallarico, who is a good guy, he's not a bad guy. Okay. He's decided to basically run as a total moderate and try to take all the Republican voters, because like, look, I'm a white guy. I'm a moderate.
Yeah.
And I'm safe.
The protest vote. They want it. He wants to divert from.
But she's leading the polls. Why? Because the real deal is that most people in America are like the three of us right now. We're fucking sick of it. We don't want the safe choice right now. I don't want the safety of like the mild-mannered preacher-like guy that's going to go in there and I'm going to listen to everything. Fuck that shit. We have been listening and learning in Congress for decades. And where has it gotten us? We've taken 20 steps back. We are literally now back at 1972 in terms of human rights, women's rights, LaBequa rights.
But you think more politics is the answer. And
no, I think radical change is the answer. Yeah, and we need people who are willing to go, you know what? No. Yeah. They're willing to stand up and say, no, I'm not funding that. And they're not just like, well, there's like a rider on the bill that's like makes it better. And we negotiate it to a better deal. No, if it's a fucking bullshit deal, I want somebody who's like, that's bullshit. And I love that I'm seeing more and more elected officials swear in public. Me too. And telling, literally, they're like, ICE, get the fuck out of here, or whatever they're saying, right?
Right.
And I love that, because you know what? That's where we're at right now. We're not at
they're swearing in public and eating baby.
You know, no, we're not at a kumbaya. We are literally at a point where we have a very small group of people. It's not just one person. It is a small, like, cabal of people who are desperately protecting known child sex criminals. Okay.
We know. We know. We're here.
We're here. Okay. And they are willing to lie to everyone's face.
Yeah.
That it's not a thing for us to be concerned about. I mean, we all saw Kash Patel's face when he was shook after reading that stuff. And he was just like, I don't know. I never saw it. I don't know anything. Like, he was he went pale. Okay. Pam Bondi sits there and spews bullshit and uses every tactic in her prosecutorial handbag to try and shut down people. She doesn't answer any questions. This woman is protecting thousands of pedos. And like, that's the shit that we have to stand up and go, not fucking today. Like, these are the things that we have. That has to be the line in the sand. Huh? To pay my mortgage.
We all just have to quit paying our mortgage.
Yeah.
I don't know. I get frustrated because I don't think us talking about it is going to make a damn bit of difference.
Yeah.
No, I mean, us talking about it is good because it's good for us because we go, okay, we're not alone. Right. And this is
I feel very alone right now because I feel damn well that no matter what we do, if you say it, you're going to get freaking murked and the system's going to keep going on.
Well, I think there's too many of us. This is a bug's life right now. The ants are realizing that we outnumber the fucking, crickets or whatever the fuck they were, the grasshoppers, 100-1. And we're going to fucking take your shit. We're taking our shit back. We're not leaving the plate of food out for you every fucking spring and starving.
Okay. Yes, I agree. So let me ask you this then. How, and maybe we'll end it on here today. How do you think that your experience in Scientology, right? Like leaving a cult, my experience, I know that I had to realize everything I was raised to believe was a lie. And that's a bitter ass pill to swallow.
Yeah.
And now all this crazy shit is happening out in the world. Like, how does your past Scientology experience like come into play when you're learning about all this stuff? Like, how do you come to, like, what do you think of it and how do you come to terms with it?
Go ahead, Elysia.
Yeah.
I think, okay, so I'll talk overview. Growing up hearing stuff that was wild, crazy for everybody else, I think adapted our brain to not really thinking stuff is necessarily crazy because we're used to some stuff, right? So I think in some ways it can be used as a positive. Does that make sense? Like, you can see it and not absorb it, right? Because we're not being force fed this, but you can read it, you can research however you see fit. So I always try to make something, like, I always try to get the good out of anything. So I think, you can see signs of things that are good or bad, right? So like coercion, high control, people using blackmail again, like stuff like that. It's very Scientology, but it's also, Scientology didn't come up with that. Does that make sense? They didn't come up with this shit. They used all these bad things together and said, oh, but no, it's good. So I think it's easier to see through people. Like for me, the bullshit odometer, like if I'm like hearing someone and I'm like, no, bye. I'm good. Like, don't need anything else from that. Like, you know what I mean? If you just get that and you just see people doing or acting in a certain way, I'm just like, nah, I'm good. So I think in that it's good. And I think sometimes it can be overwhelming when you've already been through that, because sometimes you're like, holy fuck, it's triggering my brain and memories that I don't want to be thinking about. And so sometimes you have to know when to step away and what you do when you step away, right? Do you step away and just do nothing? Do you step away and do a specific thing that kind of grounds you, brings you back to whatever is your safe place? So for me, sometimes I just have to be quiet, like not listen, not absorb anybody else's stuff, not hear, not be, like just for me to be. And that sometimes it's just like going outside. I like to be outside. So sometimes it's like going out to nature, doing things that are just like easy every day, even if it's like an annoying task of like cleaning your house, right? Or decluttering, or like whatever your thing is, art, maybe making something, maybe baking, maybe cooking, maybe like putting your energy, and so you can have your time to think. But there's a lot that's going on in the world right now, and it is quite overwhelming for a lot of people. And I think it's kind of partially meant to be overwhelming so that people don't know what to do and people don't do anything. So sometimes you have to ground yourself, get quiet, and think of like, if you want to do something, and how can you do something, and what can you do to help in whatever situation, and what can you do to help yourself? So that's kind of where I think I'm at.
I love it. I heard you say like you like really creating things during that time. I find that helps me too, because sometimes it's so much content, like you were talking, Nora, like shorts and, you know, this just constant intake of content, and people are creating that content. And so at some point, like it's nice to create your own, whether it's content or a loaf of bread, just like make something.
Right.
Yeah. All right, Miss Nora.
You're up.
Actually, I've got one more question after we're going to go back around, because I'm going to ask you guys after this what you think if Scientology's role or connection to the Epstein files is. So just think on that. But how do you deal? How do I deal with
this? Well, two things. I think that one massive change that needs to happen in the media, and this is just like what I think should happen. We need to go back to the Vietnam era. The Vietnam War was broadcast nightly to the American public. They saw it every night, real battle, real carnage on television. That's what turned the tide. And people got up, they tore up and burnt their draft cards. They marched in the streets and they said, no more of this. And because we don't put all of this out there after Vietnam, they're like, ooh, we can't really show on that. That's like too much. That's why these conflicts and things keep fucking going. Okay. So we have to show the real shit. It is overwhelming. It's disgusting. It's awful. And any single one of these topics should have been the fucking breaking point where everybody's like, you know what? We're not fucking working anymore. And everyone's in the streets like the women of Iceland did for their own equal rights. The entire fucking country, every woman was like, well, good luck working without us.
Right.
And they went on strike for a month, bitches. And then everybody's like, I guess we better pay these bitches.
I guess we gotta,
amount of money. Right. And the second thing that has to happen is there needs to be accountability. There needs to be fucking consequences. Right. I said it on a stream the other day. I'm not joking. Take a fucking island out in the middle of the Pacific, and we take all these motherfucking pedos, all the diddies, all of them, and we put them on this fucking island. We already have the evidence. We don't need a fucking trial. Fuck you. We have the emails. We have the pictures. We have the videos. Fuck you. It's already case closed. You're going to the island, okay? And then we just airdrop some fucking food. We set up cameras, okay? And we just pay-per-view, and all that goes to fund the survivors. To fucking whatever they want to do with that money, I don't care. You want to go to Disneyland and live at Disneyland your whole life? Great. Go do it. You earned it. Okay? Like, and that's what we do. And when people find out that that's a real fucking possibility, that is the fucking punishment, if those are the things you're going to do, people will check themselves. People will go seek help. People will like, maybe I shouldn't do that, because we don't have fucking accountability, our information. But like for something like that, punishment. Well, in the case of child sex abuse,
I agree.
Yes.
I'm just clarifying.
In the case of rape or whatever, yes, you go to the fucking island. I would insist on a
trial, though. We can't just throw away our Constitution because
first of all, I'm going to say something radical. We need to throw away our Constitution. The founding fathers said so in the Declaration of Independence. They said when this document no longer serves you, it should be revisited. We need to do that. We need an entire rewrite of the whole motherfucking thing that is written by a collective of people representing all of society and not the straight white fucking slavers. Okay. So yeah.
The cult of Nora is
just
starting.
Redo it. So still
the country of Nora
due process,
yes.
Just
Everybody
redone.
gets your citizenship.
Revived.
Only 10 people can be there, but if you are chosen, it is amazing.
That's just a location. If I could rewrite
with you.
Do you guys want to know something for real? I have rewritten the Constitution in a humanitarian way.
Have you? You should put it out like a.
I'm gonna put it out. I'm gonna put out my
manifesto.
My thesis for what would be an equal equity balanced constitutional
put it out.
look.
I think that'd be cool.
I will.
I love it. I'm only joining your cult if I can bring my boys though.
The dog.
You can bring
the dog's gonna be.
Listen, everyone is welcome. Everyone is welcome, and you're also free to leave anytime you want.
Oh.
Free choice, free will.
I love it.
Oh.
This is, like it's it's not a cult.
I love it.
It's an anti-cult.
Yeah. That's how all good cults start. Miss Elysia, I almost don't want to end on this. Maybe we'll talk a little bit more after. But like when you hear about the Epstein stuff, do you and I not necessarily the creepy sex stuff. I mean more of the like system of control, the system of blackmail, the system of coercion, the system of putting people into place, the system of breaking people and then turning some victims into perpetrators and then putting them into positions of power to then recruit and enforce, etc. I know for me, when I've been learning about all this Epstein stuff, everything just feels like kind of familiar to me.
Yeah. Yes.
And
yes.
I kind of
a
knew
different version, like a different lens, but the same.
Yeah. And like, I'm like, I know how this works. I know about, sorry guys, these intelligence agency operations, and I know that they're real, but I don't really know why I have that instinct, right? Like, it's more than just movies I've seen. It's this understanding, I think, this worldview when I was growing up little, that like this was the exact, everything the Epstein files have exposed was the exact situation, it seems like, that Scientology was whispering was happening and trying to get their soldiers to fix. So then why in the fuck did they end up just like that?
I was just going to say, but then they are doing a lot of their same things and they have a lot of the same troublesome, that's the nicest way I can put it,
and
troublesome things.
This is a big part of it. It's all the same playbook. Exactly. And
it's just different people spin on it. You know what I mean? They're putting their own zhuzh on it. Like Scientology has the front groups that make it look like we're doing this good and this good in the world because they need to have a good PR front. They need the publicity, right? The other people are just like, I'm so rich, I don't give a fuck. Like I can just do whatever the fuck I want. I can, and to an extent, they've gotten away with it for a long time.
Yeah. And the richest person I know is the most miserable person I've ever met in my entire life. And there is something
consequences, though. I do hope.
Consequences.
Because if a normal everyday person did one of the things in that file, even the least egregious thing, you'd be in trouble. You'd be in some big troubles.
And your neighbors would beat you up.
I would hope. Yeah, I would hope. Anyway.
Yeah. So what about you, Nora? Does it feel familiar to you?
Oh yeah. I mean, knowing what we know about the Masterson situation, and let's just take that as an example because that's the most documented example in Scientology of cover up, of the secretness and the cabal-like nature of like, here's a crime. The victim has been brave enough to come forward and say, hey, this really super important person hurt me. And then they're like, oh, okay, thank you. You go sit over here and we're going to help you. And then it's all like a mind fuck for that person. And then they bring in the criminal and they're like, bro,
what'd you do?
What's up with that? Okay, tell us everything. Okay, now knock that off. Okay, go play. And then it's like, there's no fucking punishment. Right. In the internal arena. Right. So Epstein was running this whole, it just gets worse and worse the more we find out about it. You know, I mean, literally, they found out that there was like a surrogate baby factory that he had, that he was like for this other stuff.
A baby farm. I made a TikTok about that because I was like, I know what a baby farm is because it's in a security check that I actually mocked. And then I start going back and I'm like, actually, the 1960s, I believe that the Epstein thing and the DNA manipulation, all of it, I honestly believe it's a big intelligence agency op. I really,
I don't think it's an intelligence agency op. I think it is part of the, the 13 families. I think it's like 12
and they're
or 13
using.
families.
I guess the intelligence agencies are a tool.
Those people. There's like, I think it's less than 15 families on planet Earth that own 96% of the wealth. The rest of the wealth, 4% of the world wealth, is distributed amongst the remaining almost 8 billion people. Right. And so those people are the puppet masters. And those people have been sowing the seeds of everything throughout the world for generations to maintain control of all the stuff. And like, now, if we would have had this conversation 5 years ago, people would be like, okay, the paddy wagon is on its way.
I've been called a conspiracy theorist.
And now we're all like, I mean, guys, I'll be honest with you. When QAnon dropped, and they're like, Pizzagate, and they're like, people are eating babies. I was like, okay, a lot of people need so much mental health care. Like, we need more mental health.
I was on board with the Pizzagate.
We need
that
help.
shit was obvious to me.
And so I'm like, but the best lies.
How you talk about pizza.
Let's remember, the best lies always contain a little bit of truth.
Yeah.
So was pizza part of the situation? Yes. Was that location part of it? No. There's no basement there. Were people eating babies? We found out yes. And I was like, wow, I am.
But not on the pizza. It's different.
No, that's just, it's a la carte. It's a la carte.
Right. I shouldn't joke about it, but I have to almost make a stupid joke. Otherwise, my heart is just going to explode.
No, sorry. Guys, this is why, like, I've had people email me. They're like, you should do the Epstein files. Like, you're good at finding all this stuff out. And I go, yes, I could. But also, I would literally turn into the real life Punisher.
Yeah,
like,
you would. You would have to.
That's the beginning of my, what's that person called? I can't menopause.
Not Dexter.
No. The person, like in comics, there's the good guy, and then there's the
villain.
The villain.
Yeah, whatever. That's my anti-hero arc, 100%. Whatever. Yeah. But it's just like I would become that, and I don't want to lose my life to like darkness. I want it to be handled. I am willing to go out and protest and yell and demand that my Congress people fucking enact punishments, and that the local authorities because at least in England we have 2 arrests, which is more than anything that's happened here.
Yep.
It's still not enough. It won't be enough until every single person in those files that did those things is literally on the island. Peace out. Yeah. Like, you don't get to be part of society anymore. Your genetic line, done.
That's what we need Greenland for. We need a bigger island.
No.
There's going to be a lot of people to send. A lot of people.
No, we don't need Greenland. Greenland is for Greenlanders.
Yeah.
That's true.
We need to stop stealing stuff.
We need to stop colonizing.
Yes, no more colonization.
Have we not learned better? Please. I mean, no, we haven't. We just have fancier ways of, slicker ways of getting away with doing bad shit. Right. And now we have so much technology that it's harder to get away with doing this stuff. It's not like you have to wait for a year for, word to come from one place to another.
Well, this whole idea that we need government to protect us from each other is starting to fall apart. I feel like I'm realizing I'm in another cult, except for this one isn't quite as easy to leave.
Exactly.
I'm going to have to move to like Iceland. I was going to move to Mexico, and now they're fucked up. So
well,
they're not fucked up. They're basically saying, hey, Americans, go
get
fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Because your country like totally fucked us over.
Yeah. We're not into it. That gets fixed. I mean, I feel bad every time. We're the big bad bullies. We are. It's like, and it's like no one's, I don't want to say no one, but I think maybe it's our time to get not be number one, not be on the top, have another someone above us, a lot of someone. Do you know what I mean? Because like, we're not going to learn. And I say we as collectively, like, people don't learn if they don't have consequences. And of course, the consequences hurt the smallest people the most because they have the most to lose. And they, people are just barely hanging on. It's a lot going on.
There's a lot of resources in the United States, though. We generate a lot of money, a lot of food, a lot of electricity.
We just don't care about a lot.
We don't tend to keep it. So I think if we really did sort of start taking care of ourselves and each other and our local communities, and we had the ability to like do a lot more without red tape, it would probably be good.
Yeah.
But we can't solve the problems of the world today, ladies, because the world's fucked and we're not qualified. So on that note, I'm going to ask you guys, because we got to get out of here soon. What are you going to do after this conversation and this week? What are you going to do to like self-care? What are you going to do to bring joy and happiness and just lightness and fun into your week? No pressure, but if you don't have a freaking answer, then you better come up with something and then go do it. Because if you have nothing, then this is a real problem.
Well, this week is an interesting one for me because my wife is traveling. She's going to go see Girl Child out in college in Colorado for a few days. So I'm going to be.
So you're going to sleep like this?
Yeah. No. I'm gonna be doing a lot of. I'm like taking care of everything. So I am. I have been working a lot on more meditation.
Okay.
I will be watching the State of the Union. Also, there's 2 other things to watch if you don't want to watch that. But I am a glutton for punishment.
Watching the State of the Union is not self-care, Nora.
No, it's not.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. It's a lot. But
I'll repeat the question. Do birds fucking fly, bitch?
Well, self-care.
They're gonna be flying out of her ass for her self-care.
And Liz knows this. I will text or call Liz when shit hits the fan. Or like I have people, but I think I'm gonna try and get out this weekend with my kiddo. And we'll just go maybe. Well, I don't know. Actually, yeah, he's in Tech Week next week. The play drops, and so it's like intense rehearsals right now. And they're doing Into the Woods. Thank you very much. They got the role of the baker, lead role. Thank you. So it's just it's like a lot of stuff, and I'm really excited to see the play next week. So I guess just really trying to, I don't know, be nicer to myself, a little bit, and give myself more grace, because that's something that's hard for me personally. To not push myself beyond my capabilities always, or physical or mental.
Going. Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
I agree.
I'm gonna prescribe you.
Oh.
No politics. No Epstein.
Politics is life.
Videos that are
Politics is life.
Long form. The only thing you're allowed to watch is the live stream of the
State of the Union is technically long form because it just keeps going.
Yeah.
It's not great, but it does keep going. It does just keep
going all day.
So you can just pop in and pop out depending on what they're talking about and who's up there and if they're even answering questions, because I swear like most of them just don't answer the fucking question, and I'm just like, is this in first grade? Like,
there needs to be an app where we can put like punch at the people on the TV and their faces go like this.
While they're talking.
There's an app for that. You better make that app.
Pissed off at the State of the Union. KO.
Instead of like thumbs down, it's
boop, boop, boop,
and you can just call in and boo them when they're talking.
Hey, never underestimate the power of a crowd booing.
I know.
Fuck yeah, man.
Very powerful.
Oh my god. Have you guys seen God, what is it? The one with the dragons shit. House of Dragons? Not House of Dragons. The first one of that.
Game of Thrones.
Oh, Game of Thrones.
The Shame Bell.
Oh, yeah. Shame. That's the same lady. The Shame Bell lady is the same lady who's the lead in Ted Lasso.
Oh, I haven't seen Ted Lasso. Is that a good one?
Oh, that's Hannah Waddington. Hannah Waddington? Yes. Hannah Waddington is a fucking brilliant actress, because I didn't recognize her at first, and then I was like, oh my god, I'm obsessed with her watching Ted Lasso, and then I was like, what the fuck?
Is Ted here? Ted's like,
this isn't okay, guys. This is too much, guys. Come on, let's knock it off with this shame stuff.
Right? I know, that's what it was hilarious, because I was like, oh my god, she was so intense in that scene.
Yeah.
So
I like her because she's enormous. She's 6 feet tall, and she also wears heels, and she's just like,
she's fucking hot as hell, man, and she sings.
She's like she has not Broadway, but theater.
The British equivalent of American Broadway. She's that star there. Yeah. She's a huge star. I love her.
She is. Okay, Elysia, what are you gonna do? Show us a kitten. You got a kitten in your hand still?
Yeah.
What the hell?
Where's all the animals?
I put the puppies up. They are too big for me to be
I just said something inappropriate.
Yeah, you
did. I you to show me your cat, but I said it.
You were gonna say, show us your pussy.
I did.
Can we see the pussy?
Here's the clam. No.
the pussy cat.
That was weird. You said clam, and I know I was supposed to think of something, but what I thought of was the Scientology.
The Scientology. That's what I was saying.
And then I thought about my friend who does the Brazilians, and she's like, "Oh, I'm a clam," whatever. So I put those two together.
That's what I was. That's what I was. Yeah, innuendo. That's what I was saying.
It's gonna be a fun one.
Yeah.
Joe always says "pussycat," but you have to hear it in a Scottish accent.
Oh, like Austin Powers.
Yeah, like look at me, it's a pussycat. Like I've lost my Scottish. Look at the size of that boy's head. It's like a gigantic pussycat. I can't even. Joe, you have to send me a voice memo with you just saying pussycat.
That's
so just that, and you can have it as like your ringtone or like your voicemail.
Joe's
Piece of my mind,
is
every
everything.
time I've made a dirty joke today, they're like, we know what's on Liz's mind.
We know
what
but
Liz is thinking.
You guys should watch How to Get to Heaven from Belfast. We had to put on the subtitles because like the first 2 minutes is this woman with this so heavy Irish accent and it's beautiful, but we were like, what the fuck is she talking about right now? Like,
is it funny? Is it a good movie?
It is like dark comedy, but it is comedy. It is funny, but it's a little witchy. It's like if The Craft met like not like Golden Girls, but like Stella Got Her Groove Back kind of a thing.
The Craft meets Stella Get Her. I'm in. I'm sold.
No. And it's in Ireland.
Great. Yeah. Subtitles. Okay, fine. I'll read my way through it. I like I mean, I don't mind subtitles, except for I'm usually doing something else when I'm watching a movie, and so it's hard
sometimes
to do
it's
both.
nice to just
like
hear.
Yeah.
Oh wait, Joe sent me one. Hang on, I'm gonna pull it up.
Okay. So what are you gonna do? Did you answer? Do I have to repeat the fucking question with you too? Jeez. I'm just wondering. I mean, no pressure, but like, how are you gonna take care of yourself? How do you take care of yourself? You're gonna I hear you saying you're gonna take care of others and animals.
Yeah, I usually do that. That's usually what I do.
What are you
sometimes I play my video game. Okay, sometimes
shut up. What do you play?
An old game, Modern Warfare.
Okay. Oh, don't, girl, no freaking judgment here. Are you kidding me? I'm an Assassin's Creed girly. It is my one, like, and I'll wake up early when everybody's sleeping, and I'll just be bashing people over the head. I love it.
Okay, good, because that's what I do. If I have like an hour or 30 minutes, and the puppies are, and everyone's chill, and like I'm not. But yeah, I'll like go and play a little video game. I gotta walk the little foster dog, so I get to get outside. So she makes me go outside.
Yeah.
You know, so I'll get a little sunshine.
Good. Well, I recently found out something from like one of these weird Gnostic, like, anyway, long story thing, one of these brotherhood, like, I'm going to tell you the secrets of the brotherhood TikToks.
Oh.
And one of the things basically said, don't forget to bathe in beauty, and that humans don't, especially if we're busy working our jobs and we're like, you know, kind of drowning in life a little bit. We don't have always time to just stare at something beautiful, but that's my plan this week. I'm gonna find some shit that like gives me awe vibes, and I'm gonna spend a few minutes and like
pull the thing up that I'm sharing. Pull the thing up that I'm sharing.
Fine.
Ready?
Yeah.
Everyone, listen.
Okay.
Come on, let me see your pussycat.
Is that her actual voice?
Yes, Joe is Scottish. I told you. He has the best accent in the world.
I was expecting an Austin Powers clip. That was pretty good.
I love it.
Joe. I love you, Joe.
That's great.
That's a pretty sexy accent.
Let me see your pussycat.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Love it.
Yeah, and I'll watch TV. Like that's what I do at night. Like I'll watch a show or something. That's why I'm like adding on some shows when you guys are telling me it's good. We just started, what is it, Sex Education on Netflix? And
is that the one with Kinsey?
I don't
is
even
it
know.
Like Alfred Kinsey? Is it like an old one about?
It's from a couple years ago. Yeah.
I think it's pretty new.
No,
it's
I meant like a vintage. Is it set in the history and it's about?
No.
Okay,
no.
It's different.
You should watch The Diplomat.
Kids. I think I watched that. I think.
Did you watch? The next season's coming out. I binged all 3 seasons in one weekend.
What's her face?
Obsessed.
What's the girl's name? What's the actress?
Carrie Russell.
And she was in The Americans. We watched that too.
She was in The Americans, but before that,
that was good. Yes, I thought of you, Liz.
And before Felicity, what was she in?
I don't know.
The Mickey Mouse Club. With JC Chazé, Christina Aguilera, Britney, Justin Timberlake, and then she was originally in a singing group that they put together with her and like 2 other kids called the MMC.
Ooh.
And that did not go anywhere. And then she got Felicity right after that and cut all her hair off.
She was the girl with the was she Noxema girl?
Yeah, she did those campaigns too for a long time. Yeah.
And then she was on 90210 too.
I might have been gay my whole life. I've been slightly obsessed with Carrie Russell since I was. She's the same age as me. So I was
she was living in Portland for a while. We ran into her a couple times.
She's such a good actress. But The Diplomat, I'm telling you, is one of the best shows
it's good.
Ever seen. Oh,
I'm
God.
happy it's coming back because we ran through all of our shows and everything. So it was like a new show. So we did this.
Yeah.
But it's quirky and funny and we don't have to pay attention too much, which I like.
Yeah. The Diplomat is good. It sucks you in.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
Yeah.
And
have you guys seen the show
to see that with
AP Bio?
Which one?
AP Bio.
I've heard of that one. It's supposed to be really good.
It's a comedy. It's just like a half-hour comedy. You'll just like laugh a lot.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Just laugh it off.
Good.
Pretty good.
No, Jen and I we've been having a continuous game of Rummy for almost a year now. We ended one and now we started a new one. Well,
I have lesbian FOMO when I hear about that. I don't care about
Rummy together every night while we're watching our shows.
I just want a Rummy partner. I will kick your fucking ass at Rummy, Nora.
I don't know about that.
Oh, I will slay you.
It's
going down.
That.
Tell Jen to get the cards out. We gotta have 3 players.
I don't know about that. Jen is very crafty too, by the way.
Really?
She is a card shark. She remembers every card that's played and stuff. Like we play hearts and stuff with the kids.
I'm gonna go over there. They're gonna be feeding me
Let's
shorts like right before we play.
She
won't remember what cards
just
have been played if we make her watch
TikToks and
this.
shit.
Yeah, just TikTok after TikTok of card tricks. I don't know what I have. So scary. All right. Well, we have been on for 2 hours, my lovely ladies. And I do hope that we can do it again sometime because 2 hours went by in the blink of a hat. No.
Yeah.
Hats don't blink. Blink of an eye.
Blink of an eye. Hat eye.
Would you guys also be down for game morning? Some kind of gaming?
Ooh, that would be fun.
I thought you said a gay morning, and I was
I have a gay morning every day.
Morning.
Cool.
You want to be a gay morning?
That's fine.
If it wasn't clear before when I said, show me your pussycat, now we're very clear. Would you like to have a gay morning, Elysia?
I'd like to have a gay morning.
And I hope everybody out there has a gay morning.
Everybody should have a gay morning. I wake up next to a beautiful woman every
And
morning, and that's
even
my
a
gay morning.
Afternoon, to be honest. I mean, why stop in the morning?
You're right. Gay all day.
Let
everybody be gay.
Every day is gay.
Every day. And from there, we hope that you actually have. I feel like I should go back. I feel like I should backtrack what I said, but I'm not going to. Be gay, everybody.
Be
now
gay.
You're gay.
Well,
we're all gay now.
Don't you remember back
have a good day.
in the 20s, everybody was gay because it just meant being married, being happy.
Yeah,
be gay and bright. I mean, it's in the fucking Christmas song.
In Coquille, there's still a gay 90s annual thing.
Yeah.
And everyone's like,
yeah.
I'm like, we're just really happy.
See, Yadira's got the right idea. Instead of saying good morning, we're just going to be like gay morning to you.
Gay morning.
Gay morning.
Which is kind of like when you put the apostrophe. Gay morning.
Yeah.
Gay morning.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Gay morning.
Good day.
Start saying it and see if anybody notices.
Yeah. Actually, if I wasn't a broke ass bitch, there was a mug I wanted to get for you, Nora. It's like a black mug. And then
I have a present for you, actually. I forgot to bring it last time, but I do.
Okay. Is it as cool as this? It's a black mug that when you pour your hot stuff in it, it like reveals a white mug. It's like color changing and there's a rainbow that says you're gay.
That's cute.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I love that.
When I save all my money, I'll
go, we're poor as fuck and we have kids. Like it's like
living the peasant life, guys.
The present was the funny joke.
Listen, I bought glasses. I'm broke. Okay.
Glasses are expensive.
Fuck.
Everything is.
I don't have them, but I got 2 kids, a kid and a husband. I don't know.
But you know it's free?
It's expensive.
Be gay. All right. Bye, y'all.
Bye.
She knows herself, she finds her way. Through art and joy, she shapes each day, crafting beauty.